Welcome back. Today is World Water Day, and water conservation is a way of life in California. It's why Netafim, a leading drip irrigation company, takes the time to celebrate World Water Day every year. Today, Netafim employees and more than 100 students from Tarpey Elementary took part in a day of volunteering to learn more about water conservation and do a little giving back. Volunteers and students built raised garden beds at Fresno's Discovery Center. These garden beds will grow nourishing crops to feed the Discovery Center animals while also conserving water. So here now is President of Netafim USA and Canada. We have Mike Hemmen. So thanks for being here. I love when we can get people. You're right off of the volunteering today.
Yes.
That was from this morning. So talk to me about what you guys did today and how you taught these kids about World Water Day.
Yeah, so we had an interactive learning session. We had multiple different stations throughout the Discovery Center. And we talked about water scarcity, we talked about water conservation, and let the students know that we're very fortunate to have the water that we have here in the U.S. and in the Central Valley. One of the exercises that we talked to them about was in other countries where people may have to take a significant portion of their time just to fetch water. So we filled buckets. We had them carry the bucket to see what it'd be like. Yeah.
I saw there's a video of these little kids carrying those five gallon jugs of water. They're heavy.
Exactly.
And I know Netafim, you guys are big proponents of water conservation, and in California, especially in the Central Valley, we talk about water conservation in ag primarily, but it's not just an agriculture problem. How does Netafim, apply this idea of water conservation across all industries?
Sure, absolutely. Our largest part of our business is agriculture, but all you have to do is walk down the street and look in any flower bed.
Yeah.
And you're going to see drip irrigation in most cases. The way I think about it and ask people to look at it is if you've ever walked outside after the sprinklers have run and you see water all over the sidewalk, that's water that didn't necessarily have to be there. If you were to utilize drip irrigation, you can put the water exactly where it needs to go with minimal waste. And generally, you save about 50% of the water applied if you switch from sprinklers to drip irrigation.
Yeah, and so that's saving water, and for your households, that's also saving money because you're not using as much water. We have drip irrigation at my house so that each little plant gets exactly what it needs. So you guys built raised flower beds at the Discovery Center. What are these flower beds going to do? How did you incorporate water conservation into the flower beds?
It's actually pretty interesting. What we did is we installed our drip irrigation technology to conserve water, but all of the food that's going to be grown there will be utilized on site for the animals that they have on site for learning purposes.
All right, so I have not been to the Discovery Center. I mean, it's got to be more, it's had 20 years maybe. What animals do they have there?
Giant tortoises.
The tortoises,
Huge.
yes, I saw a picture. And so, the tortoises, they need their leafy greens to eat. So how does Netafim's drip irrigation, how does it work? How does it, set itself apart from other systems?
Yeah, so you really just need to find the water source first and then connect the drip irrigation through a series of filters so that you have clean water going through, and it's just delivering water directly to the plant's roots. The best thing about drip irrigation is you can spoon feed the plant. So the way I think about it is if you know that you have to drink however many gallons of water a week, you don't sit down on Monday and drink all the water.
Yeah.
You space it out over time.
Yeah.
Drip irrigation does the same thing. You deliver exactly the right amount of water to the plant exactly when the plant needs it.
And so that's how you can be really efficient and you can save money and you can, affect your bottom line. So you guys do an event like this every year. Why is this a part of your culture at Netafim?
We're a purpose-driven company, and every year on World Water Day, we try and do something to bring awareness for water conservation, whether it be in agriculture or today, really how all of us can help to conserve water. So we talked to the students today about how much water is utilized when you take a shower, how much water is utilized when you run your dishwasher. What are simple things that every one of us can do to help with water conservation? And really the challenge is population dynamics.
Yeah.
We have so many people and there's not enough water. It's a finite resource. If you think about food, we have to feed these people. on less land with less water. So you're not going to do it without adopting technology like drip irrigation.
Yes, and so when you have, you know, when you start young and you get people to think about it young, that helps. But also when your company has this mindset of educating people and you know, bringing this idea to the forefront and making it a part of the conversation, then you get more people to think about it. How can we find more information about Netafim? Because this is an agriculture capital of the world, and people might need drip irrigation. How can they find Netafim?
You can find it at netafimusa.com or on any of the social media platforms. Just search for Netafim USA.
Okay, perfect. Well, I loved seeing all those kids work, and I'm glad that we're feeding the tortoises at the Discovery Center. I'm going to have to get out there. Mike, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
All right, still to come here, from traditional chocolate bunnies to unexpected festive ingredients, celebrity chef Cara DeFalco has Easter eats and spring treats for your entertaining enjoyment next.